What's up guys, welcome back to another video. So today we have some 7-star rank 4 Mole Man gameplay. So I always wanted a 7-star Mole Man and now he's actually in the base pool, so I really want this champion. So let's just see what he can do as a 7-star rank 4. So I kind of miss the pre-nerf Mole Man where, you know, you could be in the monster mass in this phase, this frenzy mode, and still keep the true accuracy, which now you cannot keep it while in frenzy. And honestly, man, I really miss that. I wish you can just have this type of utility without basically being on the not damage phase, because if you don't have the guaranteed crits, you don't hit super hard, so that kind of sucks. But honestly, man, he's still got pretty good damage. As you can see, some nice heavy attacks. He is a solid defender, definitely not a straightforward defender because of his purify, and if you hit his block, he just goes unstoppable. And you will see massive special 2 as well. Ideally, you want to throw your special 2 when you have the unstoppable, so you get some more attack with the awaken ability. But in this fight, it didn't really matter that much. And that was a 60-second takedown for Nick Fury. Not the fastest, but not super slow either. Moving on to Red Skull here. He's not the greatest Red Skull counter, he's just good because of the guaranteed crits. Because Red Skull is super tanky thanks to his crit immunity. And you see I go for like 2 heavy attacks and then I just activate the frenzy as soon as I can. We have the Black Panther Relic, which every time you get a guaranteed crit, you get some burst damage there as well. We can go for the heavy attacks here. And I think we're just gonna go for the special 2 like immediately, probably. I didn't want to throw it there, but we're just gonna go for the unstoppable into the special 2. And that's probably gonna do it. I guess we'll go for one more combo. Okay, and then... yeah, there we go. Unblockable, 95% health. And that is Red Skull down in just 45 seconds. Moving on to another super tanky here. So this is actually different because he is immune to bleed. And Mole Man does lose a lot of his damage when the opponent is immune to bleed, because every time you crit, you place a bleed on them. But I'm going to show you in this fight how good the shock from the special 1 is. So ideally when the opponent is bleed immune, I go for like the special 1, because whenever you crit and the opponent suffers from the shock, you get a nice burst of damage, which I'll pause it here so you can see. We get a nice 2506 every time we hit the opponent, as you can see. And it's pretty good, honestly. It definitely adds up if you can stay aggressive on the opponent. And as you will see here, with just one special 1, he has 48% health. And he is bleed immune. The crit resist doesn't really matter because we just guaranteed crit him. And yeah, just does pretty good damage. The damage fell off a little bit there because of his analysis. He gets like a ton of armor and stuff like that. But as you will see here, we're just gonna slowly build up the special 2 and try to like nuke him. Oh, I guess I'm not doing that. I guess I'm gonna just use my relic to try and nuke him before he like goes for the special 3 or something. And that's gonna be it for Sentinel. Just one more combo away from dying. And that's it. Yeah, so it does take him. The most important thing is that the opponent not being shock and bleed immune. 65 seconds, not too bad. This is a matchup that I don't think I would ever do it in BGs because it's not great. But I mean, I just kind of want to show you that he can block the unblockables, and that's pretty good piece of utility. Especially against Serpent, because you just don't want to dex Serpents at all. You don't want to dex Serpent special attacks. He just gets those charges, and if he gets the resist up, it's game over. So what you can do is just try to block the first hit, and it doesn't matter. It is unblockable, but you can block it. I think I might do it here. No, he didn't reach me here. But he's kind of decent because you get those guaranteed crits, and I'll show you how we're going to take down the Serpent in a second here. But go for some heavy attacks to reset my frenzy here. I wish Mole Man had like a bit better, you know, heavy reach, but it's pretty crappy, to be honest. Very good special 2 off. We are sitting at like 90% health, 82 right now, and he's almost down, this Serpent. It takes a little bit of time, but as you can see, we block that. It is unblockable, but we block that, and that allows us to not push him to the resist up phase, to the 4 charges. And basically here we're just going to use our relic and our special 2 long animation and kill him. So as you can see here, 82% health finish. Not great, but not terrible either. And yeah, just was like, I think like probably like maybe 80 seconds, a little less. Yeah, 73 seconds. It's honestly, man, not that terrible. So yeah, moving on to another annoying cosmic champion. This is Deathless Thanos. I do like Mole Man for Deathless Thanos, just because he's not immune to bleed. And also you can use his special one. You can block the last hit and then just go for your own heavy attack to get very easy access. You know, your heavy reach is very bad, but against Deathless Thanos, it doesn't really matter. You're just very close to him, so. And then, yeah, we're just going to use the special one here to try and just nuke him slowly, because we don't want to go for the special two due to the protection that this champion has. And yeah, you will see that with the shock, we're going to hit super, super hard. And it almost takes him to 50% right here. Should have done one hit and back off, but I didn't do that. But he's one heavy away from going to the protection. And boom, there we go. We have a decent amount of charges. We're going to go for the special one again. Get this nice burst of damage. So yeah, I think Moleman is kind of like the perfect champion in terms of like balance. I think he's a solid attacker and a solid defender. He's not broken in any of them. He's not terrible in any of them. So yeah, I think he's just a pretty solid character overall, man. He definitely would have liked to have the true accuracy when he's on the frenzy mode. 67 seconds is very good actually, so. But yeah, I would love if you can have the true accuracy even in frenzy, because it just kind of sucks. It's kind of like in those champions where you give up utility to get damage, and it kind of sucks, man. 2025, you need both to compete. But this is an interesting matchup because we started with a bunch of debuffs on us and we shrugged pretty much everything. So we just start with frenzy at like 20 charges. So basically we don't need to worry about heavy attacking, so we just can stay aggressive and just do massive amounts of damage. Watch this. This is the unstoppable as well. You get a bit more attack. And this null is getting cooked right now. He also has bleed resistance, so he's almost like immune to the bleed. But that was a very fast fight. If you don't have to worry about the heavy attacks. 36 seconds. He doesn't have inequity, but still, you can do it probably like under a minute. That was impressive. Now, this is another interesting fight. This is Photon. So it kind of sucks against the Photon is like immune to bleed, but you do shrug off all of those debuffs that come through, and you can enter the frenzy by not really having to bait too many heavy attacks. And you will see here that I'm gonna bait the special one before the pure life form comes, so we don't take too much damage. Now we unfortunately cannot really shrug off, but we do have our relic, I believe, here. Or no, we don't have the relic. We go for the special 2. Does really good damage. We're gonna go for the intercept here, then use our relic, and that was just about enough to finish off this Photon. So if you play this well, it's not bad. He does take her pretty well. With 99% health, you probably would need a little bit more, probably like 20 more seconds if you were to do this like BGs due to inequity, but 43 is really solid for this one. And then this is, I don't know if this is the final match, but this is a pretty good match. So you use this true accuracy to actually hit her a little bit until she places some debuffs on you, so you can like shrug them off and get to frenzy with a lot of charges. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do here. We're just gonna enter the frenzy, maybe now actually. Yeah, we enter it now. She wasn't placing a lot of debuffs on us, but you will see that she's very squishy, so special to just annihilate her. 24,000 heavy attack. And yeah, Spider-Woman just doesn't stand a chance. The true accuracy is really nice to have though. 29 seconds. And then actually this is the last one. So he's actually pretty solid counter to Modok, because the true accuracy does stop the auto block. And then by the time you get to your special 2, you can activate the frenzy, and the special 2 is like unblockable. So even if he tries to auto block it, he's not. So it's pretty solid. As you can see, auto block failed. Very, very nice. He's not bleeding you, so we just don't care. We're gonna go for the heavy attack here to stop his thing, and he doesn't have the auto block now. We're just gonna hit super, super hard with our special 2 with the unstoppable. A lot of damage. We are unblockable. And he's almost dead. We basically have to go for the relic into probably another heavy attack. And yeah, pretty good counter for Modok overall. So yeah, actually I don't have the time here, but I'm gonna tell you. So this was a 35 second fight, so it's pretty quick for that. But yeah, overall, I don't think Moleman is a broken champion. I don't think he's bad. I would love to get him because he is a dual threat. At the end of the day, he's not an easy, straightforward defender. You can't really hit his block. If you miss an intercept, you're just going to take the damage because the unstoppable is going to, you know, let him get a combo on you. And then, yeah, he's actually pretty chunky as well, because he gets, like, I think, physical resistance based on the monster math that he's got, based on the charges. And yeah, as you can see, decent attacker when he works, but he doesn't really take a lot of those meta defenders like Dark Phoenix or Maestro or Serpent that well. He doesn't take Elena, but he does take some annoying science champions pretty well. So yeah guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.